It's this small town just on the other side of the New Brunswick border that Gabriel Wortman visited often to pick up items he had purchased online. Things like the light bar for his mock RCMP cruiser. They were stored for safekeeping here at the home of Sean Conlog, a close friend. Conlog declined to speak to CBC News, but search warrant and public inquiry documents show he spoke to authorities, including the FBI and RCMP, at least 4 times. Conlog told investigators the shooter took a Glock pistol from his home without his permission. It's a prohibited firearm in Canada. And Conlog said a few years before the killings, he gave him another handgun, a 9mm semi-automatic, as a gift. Both weapons were used during the Nova Scotia massacre. In the U.S., it is illegal for an American to sell or give a firearm to someone they know is a Canadian resident, but charges seem unlikely.
If it was a one-off crime with someone where he had no knowledge that this kind of awful rampage would happen, that might weigh in favor of not charging it.
The gunman used a third weapon from Maine during the shootings.
At least 2 people told police the shooter came to a gun show at this arena in the spring of 2019. An organizer says Canadians could attend, but they could not legally purchase a firearm from the authorized dealers set up inside. And any American who wanted to buy a gun had to pass an FBI background check first.
Still, he managed to buy a high-powered Colt carbine rifle. It was described in court documents as a quick and dirty cash deal.
The critical problem is the fact that Maine doesn't have universal background checks. Those private sales are able to go through without there being a background check.
The retired prosecutor says there are clear weaknesses in her state's gun laws.
The U.S. Department of Justice is really focusing on firearm trafficking right now. And what they're looking at is both source states and market states. And Maine is considered a source state because it's pretty easy to get guns here.
She hopes U.S. authorities are paying close attention to the Nova Scotia inquiry. Elizabeth McMillan, CBC News, Houlton, Maine.